Friends, we're about to watch the last bit of Chef Paul showing us how to make this banana bread pudding. I can only tell you, it was fantastic. Who can fall in love with a dessert? I can. In any case, I just wanted to thank Chef Paul. Thank you so much for laying out a beautiful spread and coming through on a weeknight to feed somebody like me, because I definitely held out for the entire day. I also want to thank my friend Rhea, who put this whole thing together. We were in her home and she was just so gracious. Thank you so much. And for anybody that's looking for any catering needs and you're having any sort of event, please contact Bunny Chow. You can contact my friend Rhea and I'll provide the information at the end of the segment. But watch the rest of the segment because it is so easy. You can't even imagine how easy this banana bread is. Get your pad and your pen. It's only a couple of items. So it took everything in me to not bring the entire meal back home because a girl is trying to stick with her program. But in any case, I did bring some of that banana bread, put it back home. Yes, I did. So in any case, I'm going to catch up with you later. Watch the rest of the segment, and I will have that information for you at the end. Okay? Talk to you soon.
Eggs, banana, vanilla, and some Ray and nephew. Don't get shy.
Don't be shy.
All right.
Hear that.
And the bread goes in there. Voila. Now, what I do, I just stir it up. It's really simple. The cherries goes in last. We fold in the cherries last. The banana, you technically blend the banana together with everything. The rum.
Is there any bread that makes it better, or just
I don't know. I like potato bread.
You like a potato bread?
Potato bread is the best to do bread pudding.
Okay.
So
challah and
that way.
all of that other kind of stuff.
It's just a little more dense, you know.
Okay.
It holds up better. But some bread pudding, when you make it, it's very dry and very hard. The potatoes actually, it melts very well with the rest of the condiments.
Now how I see you using a whole bag, so how many eggs and milk?
Well, you do about 4 eggs and about half a quart of milk. But everything is really about the consistency. Sometimes you have to add a little more bread, depends on what type of bread you're using.
Okay.
And then you blend about 4 eggs in there, but usually it's really based on how much you are doing. So this right now, I'm gonna just let it absorb everything. And then it has a sugar in there, and then I really taste to see how much sugar, how sweet you want it.
Okay.
There you go. Then the cherries are pitted, and then the cherries go right in there, and I just fold everything together. So the banana you don't see because it's blended actually in everything, but this you leave a little while and you let it soak, and then you just butter a pan, you throw this in there in the oven at 350, 400. If you put it 400, you put a little bit of water in the oven.
Okay.
If you don't put water in the oven, what happens? It's gonna be really dry heat and it will burn it. So it's good to put a little water in the oven if you're doing 400. If you're not doing 400, then you leave it like this and then you cook it. Voila.
Okay, so that's how it looks now.
Yeah, now you see
chunky
it's not very chunky. The bread melts in there. Okay. So it might have a couple of chunks, but you don't want it to look like too chunky or too dry.
Right.
So now you just pour it into a butter pan. You butter the pan well, and then you spread it out like this. And after, you make it nice and smooth.
Right.
You just go like this, or you hit it like this. And then it has a smoother surface.
Okay.
And then this you just bake for about half an hour at 350.
Okay.
And you're ready to go.
Wow.
Voila.
Okay.
I'm not a bread pudding person, but this right here, good.
official.
It's amazing. Rhea
It just
comes up with some good ideas.
It just tastes
you
like.
Get the whole on top, the ice cream on top of the stuff.
I don't feel it's not so soft, and custard is very firm. It's not very firm, but it's a nice texture. It feels really good on my palate, so this is good. All right, Rhea, I'm good. I'm ready to go to bed now. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm ready to go to bed, Paul.
Oh, that's good. That's the whole idea, is to have fun, you know. I'm over here drinking. I cook. I never eat when I cook. I just drink.
Yeah.
Now, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning is a whole different thing. That's when I eat.
That's right.
But you know, people who work and they come out to eat. They come out to eat, and our job is to entertain them.
Right.
But we entertain every day. Every day we do the same thing. We see the same food. We cook the same food. So, you know, nobody sees that part of what we do. But, you know, when we want to eat, we might go to you or to Ray or to another person to make us the simplest things. And
You just want some butter beans.
Exactly. But and everybody has one thing. Everybody has one thing they do that is really good. Everybody has 1 or 2 things they do that's really good. And they may not. Somebody will just make great bacon, and then you know you're like, wow. But
yeah, they must be really. They must be the best bacon in the world.
Yeah, Spencer, I hear you make some good bacon.